Hello, beautiful souls. I hope you guys are doing super well today. It is the 7/7 portal. We have one of these portals every month. We have the 1/1 portal in January, the 2/2 portal in February, the 3/3 portal in March, and so on. And now here we are, the 7th of July. This is the 7/7 portal. This is an energetic opportunity every month for us to be receiving beautiful energies that are orientated around these divine, some people call them angel numbers. So 7 is the divine number for the spiritual journey, spiritual awakening, spiritual awareness. It is the number representative also of collective consciousness. So we can see how this is tied in together, because obviously spirituality, we experience it now whilst we're in these bodies individually, but we spirituality is not something that we really that is a solo journey, as it were. It just, we have that perspective because we're in these individual bodies. But I don't want to overcomplicate things, so we're going to focus on for this reading, seeing what energies the 7/7 portal is bringing us. The gateway, as it were, is open, and we are now being bombarded in the most positive way with these beautiful energies. So let's see what we can expect to receive with these light codes and this energetic gateway. So I think the way we're going to do this is, we're not going to do like a spread, as it were. We're not going to make this particularly structured. I think we'll just kind of start pulling cards and just see what we get, and then and go from there. So we're going to start with Earth Magic because it's a nice gentle deck to start with. So spiritual journey, okay, beautiful. So we've got Shaman, Ancient Healing, Wisdom. So it seems this portal is bringing us healing energy. Okay, healing energy. So we can heal our past wounds and scars in whatever stage of healing that you feel that you're at individually. When it comes to past trauma and past pain, pain that was the byproduct of a lesson, this portal energy is bringing a big fat band-aid, and is, really healing up those wounds. Okay. Right. Sorry, I'm just realised I'm speaking really slowly, and that's probably quite frustrating to listen to, but I've got Aurora going blah, blah, blah in my ear, and I'm trying to make sense of what I'm hearing. Okay, so there's a lot of healing energy coming from this portal, and the reason being, we really need to speed up the process, our healing processes. Some of us are really taking our sweet time, and there's nothing wrong with that, but because of what's yet to come, we need to be ready for it, and we won't be ready for it if we're still hurting from the past. So this isn't just releasing the past, but also feeling better about it too. We need to be forgiving ourselves, which is what this energy is helping us to do. Obviously, this energy is at its strongest today, and will begin to dissipate in about 3 weeks, maybe sooner. Yeah, okay, thank you, I understand. So, right, what she's saying is, the way that this works, I mean, if you've seen previous portal readings that I've done, earlier in the year, we did miss a couple because I didn't have the means to record, unfortunately, because I was moving house and my PC broke and blah 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 blah. Excuse me. So apologies for that. We did miss a couple. But they're, to be honest, this portal energies for each portal are pretty much standalone. They don't really stack on top of each other, really. So I'm sorry, Aurora's talking 100 miles an hour, and I keep losing my trail of thought. She's she's like, "Well, keep up with me then." My mouth doesn't move that quickly. Okay, so we need to be okay, right. I understand. So she's saying that the way that this portal energy works is we're sent the energies over the space of, as we perceive it, 4 to 5 days. Is at its strongest on the actual portal day, which for us, is today, the 7th of the 7th, and we then spend a few weeks again in our time assimilating that energy, making it a part of ourselves. So we likely feel energized on the portal days. So the portal day itself, and then a couple of days either side, we feel like really energized. And then beyond that, whilst we're actually assimilating the energies into ourselves, she wants me to also to point out that we receive DNA light codes as well. I've just realised I'm taking on her accent a little bit. We receive DNA light codes as well. These light codes physically change our bodies. It changes our physiology quite very subtly, but also very profoundly. So we won't notice it. When we look in the mirror, we won't notice that our bodies have changed, but they have, in the way that they process energy. Hiya. Hello. Are you okay? Yes, you're very beautiful, actually. Yes, you are. Little visit from Potato. So because of this, it's a little bit like I'm so reluctant to compare it to this, but it's a little bit like you know what, I'm not going to, sorry, I'm not going to, because the connotations of such are quite negative. Okay, so whilst we're assimilating, I just realised she's put her big fat paw prints all over the place. Whilst we're assimilating these energies, we have a tendency to feel quite lethargic. Maybe we're eating more and resting more. We'll feel less inclined to be social. It doesn't mean we don't want to do any of these things, and I'm speaking generally, so not everyone is the same. But generally speaking, this is how these energies will affect us. So we can expect, to feel very energized over the next day or two, and then for that to decline a little, for us to find ourselves eating more, wanting to cleanse ourselves more, out with the old and in with the new kind of thing. We might find that we are compelled to sleep longer, eat more, take more showers in a day, and be outside more in nature, because these things collectively, all together, help us to assimilate these energies, which is why we just feel that kind of instinct to go about things in this way. So listen to your body, and listen to your your inner voice, that gut feeling. If someone's inviting you out to a party, and yeah, sure, you want to go, but you feel like there's that little voice in you that's sort of like, yeah, but I'd rather really be on my own, and sit in bed and eat lots of ice cream or something, then listen to that voice and do those things instead. Serve yourself before serving others. Otherwise, you're not able to serve others to the highest degree. So take care of yourself. Self-care, hashtag self-care, okay, over this period of this portal energy, over the next week or so. Well, always self-care, but especially now over portal gateway energies. So going back to this guy then, okay, so considering what's coming up in the future, we need to be ready. We need to be healed more or less completely. We need to alleviate our trauma. I know that when it comes to actual trauma, right, when I use the word trauma, I mean trauma. I'm not talking about having a hard time and, I'm talking about actual trauma, flashbacks, insomnia, the works, right? We need to do our very best to alleviate those symptoms. We need to work with the trauma in order to release it. Now, I know that this is easier said than done. I myself, I did talk about this in a previous video just a little bit, that I myself have experienced set of traumatic events which have left me in a state of lingering trauma, flashbacks and such. But through working with it to understand that I am not in imminent danger, the past is in the past and it's not currently happening. It helped me to wipe the slate clean somewhat. I still carry a weight around with me, so I'm not saying that come on, just snap out of it, right? I'm not saying that at all, because I understand that when it comes to actual trauma, you can't do that. I understand this. I also understand that when it comes to depression and anxiety, snapping yourself out of it is also not something that can be done. Outside of these things, yes, you can. It's a choice. Trauma is not a choice. Depression is a choice. It all comes down to mindset. I'm not saying any of these things to be unkind. I have experienced all of these things, which is why I am able to speak so confidently about it. Now, the reason I'm talking about this stuff right now, we normally talk about this stuff on Twitch at great length, but the reason I'm bringing it up now in a reading is because Aurora, my guide, who guides me with these readings, she's being very clear on this point. Any kind of psychological trauma or depression or anxiety, i.e. the things that are holding us back in our lives, we have got to make a considerable effort to shed it all. It doesn't mean that we need to get rid of it completely and forget that it ever happened, because it's a part of you now. It's made you who you are, but we need to find our strength in it and not buckle under it. These mindsets are designed to be hurdles to be overcome, and we as souls, as spirit, as the divine incarnate, as human in this physical reality, you are a god, you are a goddess, and you are extremely versatile and strong. And you can overcome these things. And right now, with this portal energy, we are being lent the help and aid to the highest degree. We're not going to get anything better than this, right? This is as good as it gets. This is like we are struggling to find our strength and like our backbone in this. This is a backbone that spirit is lending us, right? So you can do it. All of us can. If I can overcome my trauma and depression and anxiety and suicidal tendencies and such, then so can you. I am that proof that these things are possible. Just little side note, come join us on Twitch. Links in the description below, if you feel that perhaps you either want some guidance in that kind of stuff, and maybe you want to ask me how I managed it, then I'm more than happy to answer questions. We talk about this stuff at great length. Not just about me and my life, but about all sorts of things on a spiritual vein and self-improvement and that kind of stuff on Twitch. So come join us. Anyway, let's keep drawing cards. So let's see. Let's see here. Okay. So we have this. Let's say this is like our cornerstone energy right here. Is that the collective, generally speaking, needs radical healing, and so we are receiving it, and our bodies are receiving DNA light codes that are helping us to heal, literally, physically, not just emotionally. Okay, right. So we've got You're Not For Everyone, Embrace Your Weirdness and Face Your True North. Okay, so whenever this card comes up, I always talk about the True North bit. I'm sorry for those of you who've heard me talking about this stuff before, but for the sake of, for the benefit of new people, welcome, by the way, welcome new people. Let's just talk about that true north for a moment. So your north node in your astrological chart, in your birth chart, well worth going and looking that up, by the way. If you haven't ever done that, go and look up your birth chart, your astrological birth chart. All you need to know is which most people do know, the date and year of your birth. Also the time of your birth. The time of your birth will be written on your birth certificate, or you can ask your parents. I'm sure they will remember, to the minute, if you can. And this will give you an accurate birth chart. Your birth chart is representative of the state that your soul was in when you were born into this body that you're currently in and into this lifetime. It is not an indicator of who you are and how and who you are always going to be for this lifetime. It's a map. It shows you your starting point, and it shows you your north node, or your true node, which is what you aspire to achieve in this lifetime. So this is where we get that phrasing from, right? Facing your true north. This is indicating, go after what you aspire to be, what you aspire to have, what you wish to manifest, what you desire for yourself in your life, where your passion lies, what you want to get done in this lifetime, what you want to achieve. So if you're a little bit lost on that and you don't know what you want to do with yourself, go and have a look at your astrological birth chart, right? Because it will give you an indicator as to what you decided you wanted to do for your oh my god, I'll start the sentence again. It will give you an idea as to what you decided you wanted to achieve in this lifetime, is what I'm trying to say. It will give you a starting point. It will tell you a star sign, basically, and so go and have a look at that star sign and see what traits that star sign carries, and that's what you're aiming for, right? You can manifest that in any way that you wish. I've got a petulant doggo. Hey, stop that. Stop it. sometimes she just starts being a bit of a teenager, despite being 17 years old. Okay. So don't forget your tea, by the way. So we can see here, this not you're not for everyone. Embrace your weirdness and face your true north. With this 7-7 portal, 7 being the divine number for spiritual awakening, spiritual awareness, spiritual journey. You're not for everyone, right? You need to accept who you are and rock it, right? Smash it. Smash it out. Spirit is delivering with this portal, bolstering energy to help us to really embrace ourselves, to fuck off what other people think we should be doing. What really we should all be doing is concentrating on ourselves and not really giving a damn what other people are doing. And stop meddling and getting involved and judging in what other people are doing. Focus on your own journey. So for those of you who are kind of control freaks and you like to tell other people what maybe you're a bit of a Karen. I mean, if you are a Karen, you're probably not watching this reading, right? Because I'm telling you guys what to do, right? Maybe I'm a Karen. Shit. But yeah, Karen's, stop it. Stop it. Focus on yourselves, all right? This is what this energy is really helping us to do right now, is to focus on ourselves to heal, focus on ourselves to understand that when we follow our own path and we forge our own path and we stop listening to what other people tell us we should be doing, we shine and we achieve so many extraordinary things that we can't do if we're trying to follow somebody else's path, if we're following somebody else's footsteps, if we're doing what's expected of us by other people, right? That's following somebody else's path. They're laying out a path and saying, you should be doing this, I expect this from you. And that's there's no creativity, there's no individuality being expressed there. That's not you facing your true north. So we have abundant energy here really helping us to to stick to our guns, follow our passions, and not feel bad about who we are, right? Because so many people, maybe you are an absolute weirdo, and that's fantastic. You're unique and you're creative, and people perhaps are, they judge you for that, or they make you feel that you should be more like everybody else, right? Fuck those people, fuck that opinion. You be you and be proud to be you. Right? Show the world the real you. Full moon in Aquarius. All right, so I'm going to put this here because that is a reinforcer right there. So there is a lot of energy here with this portal that is helping us to express our divine nature and our spiritual nature, and to be an individual no matter what. Now we've also got, it's time to release negativity, full moon in Scorpio. So we've got 2 full moons there. Excuse me. So there's releasing negativity and then there's healing. There's a lot of healing energy coming through, as we talked about. But we've got this releasing negativity. Right. Well, what we're right. Some of the how to word this. Some of this energy is lending itself to us not having an opinion on stuff and things, right? Not having an opinion, having an objective view of our lives and of our spiritual journeys, we get so much more done when we shed our opinions of things and we just see things for what they are. We take things for as they are. I mean, it's okay to have an opinion, right? But if you let that opinion cloud your judgment or guide you, you know, it's not really the healthiest way to go about things, especially when it comes to your spiritual journey. As a soul, you are completely neutral. You're an observer. You don't have an opinion. It's your egoic self that has an opinion on things. It's your physical self. It's the human you, right, that has an opinion on things. And your opinions are formed on what social ideals are. Unless you're taking this, you know, embracing your weirdness, kind of you're not for everyone, individualistic ball and running with it. A lot of your opinions will be based on the opinions of other people. And you know, a lot of people's opinions are based on the opinions of their parents and of the government and of like entities or people that they consider higher than themselves. Personally, I find that quite sad that anyone would consider that someone is higher than them. It's all right to like look up to people, but to revere them as if you are less and they are more than you, that's not right. That makes me sad. So I hope all of this is making sense. I know I'm half channeling and half giving you Alice's take on things, but try to shed your opinion, right? Try and work with these energies as we're receiving them. And should you find just, I mean, if nothing else, hopefully this just plants the seed for something to think about later on, you know. Perhaps you can start asking yourself, you know, because I certainly did start asking myself these sorts of questions like, why do I even have opinions, you know? And when personally I started to shed my opinions, you know, there was brain training involved in that because my ego, you know, I'd see somebody in the street with crazy hair and my ego would go, oh, you know, they've got crazy hair, like, that's horrible, that's not for me, I don't like it at all, like, no, 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 right? And then because of that opinion that my ego has, but not me, right? That's my ego. I'd be less inclined maybe to talk to them. So when I started to realize that my opinion was getting in the way of me getting things done, meeting new people, and being a part of certain situations and you know, activities, I would register that my ego has an opinion, separate myself from it, understand that my ego is not me, and then overcome it, right? And put myself in more of an observer state. And I tell you what, I have learned so much more from that. I'm now able to witness all kinds of things and not have an opinion on it, and not participate either, and then decide for myself whether I want to participate in something or if I want to actively prevent it or not, you know, depending on the situation. So just thinking about opinions and how that works has taught me a lot about myself, and it's also helped me to separate myself from my physical being and existence, because, you know, that's not really you. You're playing the role of being human, but you are not human. You are a soul. You are energy. You are the divine incarnate. Your body is an avatar. It's not you. The ego, which is part of your avatar, is not you. Your ego is the one that has opinions, not you. So it's helped me to recognize this kind of stuff. So we can see that this portal is bringing this sort of energy to help the rest of the collective to come to these kinds of revelations and realizations and understandings about themselves. I mean, it's fitting, isn't it, that we have 4 planets in retrograde right now that's all about self-discovery. If we lump them all in together, basically self-discovery is the aim of the game right now, and will be until the end of this year. Next year, we're going to move into things are just going to like kick off next year in the most magical, wonderful, positive way. But you know, that's not what we're here for right now. We're here for the 7/7 portal energy reading. I'm getting ahead of myself, but you know, if you're interested in all of this other stuff, go and check out my other readings. We've got readings for practically everything, for lunar events, for the retrograde planets, for previous portals, readings every Monday just to check in what the energies are doing, like all sorts of stuff. Also the Twin Flame Collective, all kinds of stuff. We have a collective readings playlist, so go and check that out. So let's continue. Let's see what else we've got. I think, to be honest, we have a pretty clear idea as to what's being brought here with this portal. We've got unconditional love. This is a fire card, the fire, the element of fire. Yeah, we've got revelation, which is a word I used just a moment ago. Another fire card. One more, please. Whoop. Up, up, up. Okay. All right, so we've got introspection. I'll put this guy in the middle. So we've got introspection. So let's do our best to work with these energies. I think we're going to wrap that up here. Kind of short and sweet, shorter than our usual readings, I know, but a lot of information there. Do, you know, watch this reading again if you feel that you need to glean more information from it, maybe in a week's time. Excuse me, I'm sorry, I've been drinking lots of tea this morning. So, you know, let's do a little recap. So we've got lots of healing energy, learning to love ourselves, right? This unconditional love, showing the world the real you, and understanding that you aren't for everyone. You're not going to please everyone. There's 7.5 billion people on the planet. You're not going to please every single one of them, okay? It's not your job to please people either. It's your job to please yourself, right? When you please yourself, you end up pleasing others just through that, because like I said, you shine when you follow your passion and when you embrace your true self and your true north. Go and look up your astrological chart. That's going to shed some light and bring some clarity for you as to where you're headed in this lifetime. This portal is bringing this very beautiful introspective energy, helping us to go within, to understand certain things about ourselves, and just to be, you know, proud of ourselves, proud of our weirdness, proud of our quirkiness, proud of our creativity, proud of who we are. And it's time to release this negativity. There's lots of revelations coming with this energy. So remember, as I said, you know, at the beginning of this reading, we need to be taking care of ourselves, hashtag self-care, over the next couple of weeks, especially if you want to sleep. If you want to eat more food, fuck the diet, okay? Just go and eat some more food. Listen to your body, listen to your inner voice. Your body and your soul deep down knows what you need. So stop trying to apply logic to it, or saying to yourself, oh, but, you know, I can't eat that because I'm, you know, this way inclined when it comes to my body, or, you know, I don't want to put on more weight because I want, you know, I'm on a diet, or I've already had 3 showers today, I'm not having another one, like, it's raining, I'm not going outside, right? Fuck all of that, okay? If your body is telling you that it needs something or it wants something, listen to it and give it to it, okay? Be a good parent, be a good mother yourself, okay? Don't care if you're a masculine or a feminine, mother yourself, okay? What would your mother do? If you say you're hungry, she'd go make you some food. Well, any good mother, anyway, would go and make you an entire platter of food and tell you that you need to eat every single morsel of food because you're a growing boy or a growing girl and you need to eat all of your food, right? So mother yourself, give yourself what you need, and listen to that inner voice. Like I said earlier, if somebody's inviting you to a party, you don't really feel like going, but you don't want to let people down, fuck it, let people down. Okay, don't let yourself down, because that's the thing, right? When you compromise things that you need and want for yourself, you're letting yourself down. Who would you rather let down, other people or yourself? Right? I have a feeling a lot of you have said, well, I'd rather let myself down. And like, no, right? There's no need to be that insecure and cruel to yourself, okay? You don't want to let yourself down. You need to come first. You are the most important thing here. So on that note, I'm going to stop my ranting and let you guys get on with your day. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your week. And remember that you are important, and you are worthy, and you are special, and you are unique, and you deserve to have everything that you desire. So go get them, go smash it, and I'll see you guys in the next one.